Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. I have the black coffee on deck, as I did get 4 hours of sleep. But hey, we are back at it. We are in the grind. And guess what, guys? We are experiencing a sell-off happening on Bitcoin, a little bit of a pullback overall. Currently down about 3.8%. We do see Bitcoin down about 2.83%. Ethereum taking a little bit of a bigger hit. Most altcoins are as well. We do see, even XRP is down about 6.34%. And isn't it funny, right, that Hashgraph, HBAR, right, hit about almost 29 cents last night. And I tell you guys it all the time. For example, on my Twitter, if we go back a little bit, I even said, and it was a little bit of a joke, okay? I'll be completely honest with you. But I did say that when, for example, all right, HBAR is pumping. That means a Bitcoin drop is incoming, right? That's been the pattern lately. It happens every single time. You seriously cannot make it up. Every single time that HBAR begins a major breakout, we always get a pullback on Bitcoin. And you know what's funny about that? A lot of people will say that there's no comparison on it at all. It's nothing, whatever the case may be, right? But realistically speaking, something is going on. HBAR is one of the most manipulated assets in this space right now, and they do not manipulate assets for no reason. Matic was heavily manipulated from about 30 to, I think it was like 80 cents. And guess what ended up happening after it got manipulated? And the sell-offs, pretty much were no longer a worry at all. We ended up going to nearly $3. So I am watching HBAR very closely, as well as the entire market. But we are obviously going to look into XRP and also Bitcoin and also even Ethereum in this video. So without further ado, let's talk about what is happening. So obviously yesterday we did see some great price action on Bitcoin. We ranged all the way to about 50.5K. I was honestly expecting us to hit about 52K before we had a major pullback event. Let me get this out of the way. So, realistically, we were looking for a little bit of a pullback anyways. I was actually expecting a major pullback from 52K. It was going to be about a 13% of a decrease in price, down to about 45K, with the lows being about 11% and even a little bit more or less, realistically, but down to 48K would have been fine. And guess what? We actually got that from our current levels, or our levels from today, which were about almost 50K. So this was actually just about a 4.22% of a decrease in price. If we go off that high, pretty much this was roughly about a 5.55%. And it's actually the same pattern that we actually seen even back here, right? We actually go to the bottom of this candle. It's about a 5.6%. Same goes for all of these little dumps that we've seen. It's about 6%. So maybe the next candle up, if we actually go off of the bottom of this candle and go up here, we are pretty much expecting a 10% of an increase in price from here. And a 10% increase of price would put us above 53K. So that's what I would be watching for. I do know that there's a lot of people calling for a little bit lower, down to about 45K. If 45K is lost, we are into the bearish price action on Bitcoin, but I think that we will hold significantly. I do think that we are ranging to go much higher, especially on altcoins. The dollar looks extremely weak with what is happening over in Afghanistan. A lot of that stuff is a little bit of FUD to pretty much scare people out of the stocks and stuff. Now, obviously, I'm not saying it's FUD in terms of it's being fake, because what's happening over in Afghanistan is absolutely terrible, and I honestly feel for anybody who is over there or has family over there. Trust me, guys, I understand how rough it is, and I really pray that we make it out. Anybody who is over there stranded, or even just the Afghanistan, citizens, it is rough over there. But honestly, our government is doing an absolutely terrible job at handling it. I don't like to get into politics too much, but hey, it is technically good for crypto. I hate to say it, but it actually is. It's not good for the people over there, and I truly hope that everybody does make it out good. It is terrible what's happening, but this will pretty much alleviate the dollar pretty much crashing down. I could see us crashing down all the way back to these lows down here at about a 5% drop in overall value for the dollar. It sucks to see, but it is what it is. This is very good for risk assets like stocks and also crypto. The stock market will do incredible things. Major indices are actually doing incredibly well. I do think that we will continue to range in this overall path as more and more news comes out. Now, obviously, stocks could get a little bit volatile with the news over in Afghanistan in regards to what's going to be happening very soon. Who knows? I do know oil is going to surge in price, and it's actually really good for consumers who are invested into those oil stocks. But overall, things still look pretty good in terms of stocks and also in terms of the dollar and Bitcoin. Things are actually pinpointing to a very bullish overall crypto market. If this is very bullish right now, what's happening on this. Now, obviously, we bounced a little bit off of support, nearly ranging off of the 72.74% zone. So obviously, I'm looking for a little bit lower on, the dollar. So with that being said, I'm also going to be watching Ethereum Dominance as we do try to pinpoint above the overall 100-day MA. I think that this, if we could get above the 50-day MA again, I think that we could go into a major breakout. That would be very bullish overall for Ethereum as well, because Ethereum has been trading sideways, and I believe once we do finally get that breakout on Ethereum Dominance, I think that that's where Ethereum will basically be in the breakout phase. I think that that's where we really start to move overall. Now, as you guys already know, with watching Ethereum, I'm also watching a lot of things in regards to even Bitcoin Dominance, because Bitcoin Dominance has been ranging on support. It's been trading on this nice sideways trading, and it's actually been trading on a little bit of resistance and also support. This entire chop zone here that we're in is actually a very significant level. We've been holding it fairly strong. I'm waiting, honestly, to see what is going to be happening at some point in time in terms of overall with Ethereum and also Bitcoin to really see what's going to be happening. Because I think at some point in time, we could honestly see a major rally on most of these assets in terms of even Ethereum and also Bitcoin, where Bitcoin and Ethereum go to massive new highs. And when we're talking about massive new highs, we also have to talk about the idea of, at that point, a lot of these assets, for an example, dominance on Bitcoin will collapse. When we start to really move, that's where we will see the collapsing fall on dominance, and also dominance for these assets like Ethereum, right? That's where we will see a nice increase in dominance levels. And also, once we do see those increases on Ethereum dominance and the decrease on Bitcoin dominance, that's where alts truly go crazy. I showed you guys the flow map for the alt season, right? Money flows into Bitcoin, then profit gets taken, it flows into Ethereum, and then from Ethereum, the money flows into large cap assets. And we've actually seen the large cap assets get a lot of money. For an example, ADA hit new all-time highs. XRP still didn't quite get there, but I think that it will very soon. Solana did incredibly well, 70+% of an increase in price in the 7-day span. Like, that's crazy. So I do think that when we look at HBAR, for an example, right? So yesterday we had that nice breakout, or last night if you guys wanted to say. I streamed it. I talked to you guys about what's going to be happening with HBAR and why we have to keep an eye out on it. I think that at some point in time, HBAR will get to those crucial levels where we are at 30+ cents. And I do think that we'll end up getting to the all-time high very soon. I think that's only going to take a little bit more time. And when we talk about a time frame, I think still by the end of the month into the beginning of September, I think that we are ranging for a massive bull rally. I think that we are extremely still early in this bull run, and I do think that this bull run is going to catch a lot of people by storm. By the end of the bull run, that last 10% of the bull run that's left, that's where a lot of these alts will truly fly, especially XRP. And talking about XRP, we are ranging on nice support and resistance, similar to Ethereum, similar to even Ethereum Dominance, right? and even Bitcoin Dominance. They're kind of the same, right? They're ranging on a sideways momentum in between a chop zone. For an example, XRPs is $1.15 to about $1.31. I know that we peaked a little bit below it, but that's totally fine. We are still in major overall support. $1.10 is our major support as well for XRP. That's in the major support zone. So a lot of these assets are holding fairly strong opposed to Bitcoin's overall little drop. I don't think that this is anything to worry about. It's actually healthy, realistically speaking, for us to go higher, actually. So I do think that we will end up hitting 60K plus very soon, while everybody is still screaming bear market and so forth. If we actually come over to the, let's actually go to the greed and fear index and actually see what's happening over here. So we do see we get an update in about 6 hours, but the market is still extremely greedy. We might come down a little bit and range in between, the fear and greed era, but I still think that we are still looking fairly good in terms of the overall market. Everything still looks fairly strong. The dollar is telling us that we could see a rally in risk assets. The indices, whatever you guys want to say it, or how to say it, whatever. I think that these will continue to pour in money and flow higher, which will obviously lead to, an influx in crypto. So with that being said, still very bullish on crypto. I think that HBAR and XRP are fairly ready to run. I don't think that's going to take more time than, by the end of the month into even September. So I'm very happy to see what is going to be happening very soon as we do range a little bit more and more into the market. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.